everyone, and welcome to today's Tech Bites. We have an exciting show for you today. We're talking best of VeeamON, highlights, top content, and replays. VeeamON was just last week, and it was an exciting week down in Fort Lauderdale. And today I have two special guests with me. I have Karinne Bessette. Karinne, for those of the audience that don't know you, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Of course. So me and Kirsten work on the same team here. We're both technologists. I specialize in the Microsoft 365 side, which is what I got to do a lot of at VeeamON this year.
Awesome. And we have our first timer, Jorge, product manager. Jorge, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Hello, Kristen. Thank you for having me on this show today. My name is Jorge De La Cruz. I'm senior product manager. The product I manage is VeeamON, and I work very close with Kirsten and Karinne, both producing content regarding VeeamON.
Awesome. Yes. So we have some content. We're going to talk about VeeamON, which is Veeam's major customer and partner event. So let's get started. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with VeeamON, what would you guys say? How would you describe VeeamON? What would you say the event is like? Jorge?
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean the event it's the event to be regarding Veeam. It was a pleasure to see partners live, talking with them, and even presenting to them on the first day, and at the same time see other colleagues or seeing customers, learning about technologies. Remember that before working for Veeam, I was part of the community, Veeam Vanguard and customer. And I remember this being the event that I wanted to attend every year, just to get to know more regarding product releases and so on. What about you, Karinne?
Yeah, it's really the biggest event that we have here for everyone that is involved with and loves Veeam and all of their great new features and products. We always do tons of live demos. We make this a very technical event, and we make sure we really bring back in that community every year.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about VeeamON is really just talking to the community, networking with peers. And, we all work in data protection, right? So we're talking to data protection experts. We're talking to administrators that work with backups and recoveries every day. So just learning from them tips and tricks of what they might be doing good in their environment, or maybe something that went wrong that I can learn from to put in my environment is always very helpful. And not only that, is Veeam announces a lot of new technology that's coming, new features and enhancements that are coming to the Veeam data platform and across the Veeam products. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the announcements that happened at VeeamON. There was so many announcements. I was, taking a look at, the keynote sessions, and I was overwhelmed with almost how many announcements there were, right? So out of some of the announcements, especially some of the ones that are listed on this slide, what are you guys most excited about?
So particularly myself, it was very good to see the 2024 ransomware trends report, of course, because that put us in a position to understand, to comprehend not only Veeam customers, right? But if I'm not mistaken, the report is just based on global data and statistics. So that was good to know. And my second more exciting announcement for at least from this slide, right? We will move later on to others. It's the Veeam Vault. I think that is absolutely fantastic, right? Because you can start uploading your copies of your backups right within the product. It's just 1-2 clicks, and then there you go, your immutable backup repository on the cloud. So that was very good to see that integration with Microsoft, that cohesion with Microsoft. Those two, they were my favorite, at least from this slide. What about you, Karinne?
Oh, wow. There were so many announcements for not just products that were kind of released within this time frame, but are coming down the line. As for this one, Veeam Volt was one of my favorite from getting into our more cloud area. But beyond Veeam Volt, I'm really looking forward to the Enter ID integrations that we have coming.
Yeah, and we do have that coming here on the next slide. And I believe, didn't we have some, main stage live demos of that functionality?
We absolutely did. And arguably, it was probably one of the most fun live demos we did. We had our own Anton go in and start changing information inside of AD, and Cade came back and saved the day and potentially some jobs by doing a restore with a compare to production function live on stage.
That was absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
Didn't he put like his hood up or something and like was total hacking it?
Yeah. It was very, very much a great show. And the best part is that was the demo that works flawlessly. It worked even faster than when we did it at our practice runs.
That was really, really fun to watch. Another really interesting demo that I saw, it was from Anthony, right? Demonstrating the power of Proxmox, the next hypervisor supported by Veeam, right? That demo, even with its own caveats at the beginning, it was a very nice to see how any backup, right? It could be converted to, in this case, into a Proxmox virtual environment. That was a very cool demo to see, without a doubt. But what about the demo that you did, Karinne? Because you were there in a stage regarding talking about Microsoft 365, right? What was all about?
Oh, that was a rush. We had 3 key features to show off in 90 seconds. So within 90 seconds, we showed off multi-factor authentication, proxy pools, which now include Linux repositories, and the compliance modes for retention on immutability in 90 seconds. It was start to finish one of the probably fastest and most streamlined demos I think I've done on a main stage to date.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So one thing, now that you say wow, I really want to mention the next big thing, right? Because it's there, and probably everyone I saw Twitter, right, exploding. So what do you think, guys, regarding Veeam backup and replication on Linux? How exciting is that?
I'm super looking forward to this. I think it's not just the concept of Linux being opened up as a diverse operating system, but it means that we'll have a lot more flexibility in our deployment structures, which may lead to some things that are more streamlined and integrated. I don't want to say the word appliance because we might get shot here, but it leaves us open to those types of possibilities.
Yeah, it's really exciting because as someone who's, when I started at Veeam, I worked a lot in the Spiceworks community and still, talk to community members all the time. And this is something that has been asked for for the 10 years that I've worked here. So I'm really excited that our customers finally get this feature and they're going to be able to deploy, Veeam backup and replication, the Veeam backup server on Linux. They may be able to do that. They're going to have Linux proxies. They can have a Linux repository. So really showing all the Linux love and how much Veeam actually loves Linux, right? Like we're all lovers of Linux here. So that's
on
pretty
top
awesome.
of that, I was super excited to see our AI integration. AI has been such a hot topic. Every conference I go to, all they're saying is security AI, and this like Oreo of this is what you should be doing. Here's your cookie, take it back with you. Now, where we're starting to integrate with this, and we got to see this live on main stage, was asking about insights for your jobs and things you should be mindful of, and just helping out the everyday admin be a better backup administrator. Yes.
Yeah, and
Ducky has joined.
Oh.
How are our customers going to get access to the Veeam AI assistant? Like where is it going to be? Is it going to be across the products? Is it going to be just in one?
I actually saw it. I saw two branches here, right? So I saw it that they will be on both, right? They will be on VDC, on the Veeam Data Cloud, with the integration with Microsoft Copilot. That was on the first day of the demonstration, and I saw it as well. I know it because we're developing right on the Veeam One, on the Veeam Data Platform VDP Advanced, right, and move forward as well. We are going to include the AI assistant as part of the VDP Advanced. So both both flavors will have the power of the AI assistant, and more products to come, right? The next will be perhaps service provider console and maybe others that they will be in the future. But yeah, both branches, they will have access to this AI assistant.
That's awesome. And, we all use AI yesterday. We all use AI. I think I used AI yesterday, to be honest. But we all are leveraging this new technology because, it's making our life easier. And this is just going to make, protecting your data easier. You're going to be more knowledgeable, and you're going to have, that knowledge at your fingertips. So
one thing before you move there, I wanted to mention, because this was bring up with a customer after the demonstration, is the new workload support for MongoDB, which it just complements already what Veeam is protecting today, right? Pretty much every single powerful database out there, right? Microsoft SQL Server, then we have Oracle, then we have DB2, right? Since not that long ago. And now including MongoDB. I think that closes the circle for the enterprises, right?
Yeah, I'm really glad you mentioned that, because I was, ready to go. But yeah, Emily did a great demonstration about the new protection group options, being able to scan MongoDB deployments, showing off the retention policies there. So to see all these exciting news and product demonstrations, you definitely need to register at VeeamON.com and watch the on-demand keynotes. A lot of work went into these. These were live demos, so you really see the product in action. And speaking about on sessions, right? So there was a lot of sessions at VeeamON in person. So overall, there was 68 sessions in general. Some of them were semi-live, so you could, when they were happening, you could watch them live. And then we have 10 super sessions on demand that are available to you today. Some of the sessions that, were very popular at the event was just talking about V12.1, some of the hidden features that you should be using. We had a top secret session that was, for the attendees there, talking about something secret, and then we also talked about repository sizing, best practices. And Jorge, one of yours sessions was really popular, Better Together, Veeam One and Veeam Recovery Orchestrator. So we'll get into that a little bit later here, but I put on this slide some of the sessions that are available online today. So you can watch some of those recordings once you register for the live event, on the web event, if you haven't already. So Jorge, let's talk about some of your sessions. What were they?
Oh, so I mean, the event was really busy, really packed. At least from my point of view, someday. So we did present regarding Ready Player One, which it was of course just a session dedicated for Veeam One. On that session, if we go to the next slide, on that session we were just discussing how to level up the score of the threat center, right? Which it was announced on version 12.1. It comes since version 12.1. And on the session, we were just giving tips and tricks regarding how to put that score the highest as possible, right? So that session, it was one of my favorites. But the other very nice session as well that we did together with Emily, and that was probably one of the highest attendance. It was Better Together, which is talking about Veeam Data Platform, just all the flavors, right, including the orchestrator and including the Veeam One. That session with Emily, we had Matthew as well from marketing. The three of us, we delivered this session, talking about how to create the plans, even just back to basics, how to even have the groupings regarding so you can create plans later on with these groups coming from VeeamON or coming from your virtual infrastructure from vSphere Tux. Sessions were really, really nice. We did together or almost together with Karinne session for the partner day on the day 0, if you want to call it. So it was very nice to have the opportunity to present to customers and partners. So yeah, that was me at least.
Yeah, and I agree. Threat Center is so cool. One of my favorite features because if you have Veeam Data Platform Advanced and Premium, the Threat Center is really going to be able to be accessed across the platform in Veeam Backup and Replication Console and in Veeam Recovery Orchestrator. And it's really going to identify any type of security homework you need to do, helping you make sure that your environment is resilient. And then also thinking about VeeamON and Orchestrator, right? These two products work hand in hand with Veeam Backup and Replication. So really giving you a very powerful data protection solution for your environment. So I loved those sessions too. They were some of my favorites. I love to learn more about how the different products can work together. But that's not all, right? So it wasn't just another tech event. Karinne, do you want to talk about some of the other activities we had at VeeamON?
Oh, yeah. So we tried to make this an all-inclusive experience, and we also have a big push to give back to the community. And we did these crisis care kits. And the fun fact is, we had a goal of getting 1,000 of these put together, and we hit 17,000 items of all attendees, employees, everyone at this event came together and started putting together all of these care kits, and it was really an incredible experience. We had the on-site puppies that were running around to kind of like boost your day. We had all kinds of like morning yoga and fun runs. So if you needed to make sure to work on yourself and your mental health to continue through this massive line of sessions, we had those available for everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome. I always love going to the events and, seeing the dogs there. I think the last event that I saw the dogs there might have been VM Explorer like last year. And, just being able to take some time out after doing my session and going to pet a little puppy, it was really relaxing, I would say. And not only that is even, participating in the fun runs. I did one of those too. It's just nice it's a way to, network with your peers also in a different way. I'm one of those runners where I like to talk to people when I run. It makes the run go by a lot faster. So it's always good to have those types of events at an event.
Absolutely.
I can't
Absolutely.
say that I'm into running, but there was always something there for everyone, definitely.
Yeah. So that's not all. We had hands-on labs, right? So Corinne, do you also want to talk about this as well, or Jorge?
I can take the hands-on labs. So on the hands-on lab, it's always a great opportunity. By the way, many of these hands-on labs, they are online. You can try them today. You go to our website and search for the hands-on labs. You can just register and do them, if I'm not mistaken, because I've seen many customers doing them at their own pace, in their comfort of their houses, right? But there, I saw in the event many attendees going through them, asking questions to the Veeam employees that we had around. Me personally, as a technical person, this is the thing that I like to go when I go to events. Just play with the technology. When I was attending, the VM Explorers or VMworld back in the day, this is always a very nice thing to do, playing with the technology by yourself. Because remember, not all the attendees might be even customers, right? They might just be exploring around what is out there, or even if customers, they might not be using that specific part of Veeam, right? Maybe Orchestrator. It was a very nice lab for that. Maybe VB365. They're not ready just yet to maybe download and install it, but they were a lab. It was a lab just for that. So yeah, hands-on labs. It's always a nice, huge success on an IT conference like this is VeeamON, right, Karinne?
Absolutely. And beyond hands-on labs, we can sit here for the next hour and talk about all of the things that was really done at VeeamON. We had the hands-on labs that we've already talked about. We had all of those sessions. We had the keynotes. We had our product marketing and product management, like key people up on stage, letting you know what's coming, what our goals are, how we're aligned. We had VMCE training, VMCA training here or on prem. I got the pleasure of walking into a couple of the classes, and a lot of people were super excited to be there just to get that in-person experience with some of our expert trainers. And even on top of all of that, we did an entire partner day. We dedicated a day to make sure our partners got the best experience out of the event. Jorge and I both did live demos for them that explain the features that are coming within the next 6 months so they can start preparing their environments and their customers and get ready to sell it as soon as it's ready.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that VeeamON was such a good event and people were able to, get access to product managers, product marketers, product strategy, and learn from each other. That sounds great. So just moving on, and if you guys need more information, you want to learn more about VeeamON, you want to know more of the announcements, need to watch some of the videos, some of the demos, you can catch the sessions on demand at veeamon.com. If you haven't registered yet, you can still register to get access to these keynote sessions and some of these on-demand breakout sessions. You interested in learning about the ransomware trends for 2024? Well, we have the report for you. You can follow this link on this slide or scan that QR code there and get access to this report right now from your home. And then also, I want you guys to check out some of these community blogs. I was, looking at online yesterday, looking at the community, and the community is putting in some work here. So we have, Derek Losky's blog. He is one of our Veeam Vanguards, Veeam Legends, and he reviews VeeamON 2024, the remote version. Very interesting blogs. I think he has 2 or 3 that he has written. Very good. We also have a blog recapping the event in the Veeam Community Hub. Maddie and Sophia created a great video for you guys with some of our Vanguards and Legends as well, talking about some of the exciting news that happened, some of their favorite events. You want to learn more about the main stage demos? Anthony Spiteri has wrapped that up in Virtualization is Life. He goes through all the demos, talks about some of the key features and highlights of these demonstrations on the main stage. And then we have Al Rashid's blog as well, recapping the event, talking about some of his favorite parts. So if you want more information about VeeamON, make sure you check out some of that information here. And thank you all for attending today. Jorge, thanks for, letting us have you on first time.
Thanks for having me.
And Karinne, I appreciate you, stepping in and helping out too.
It was a pleasure.
And I hope everybody has a good rest of their day, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.